Welcome back to Mac Music Review. Today, I'm taking off my jacket, and we're reviewing an album. Before I jump into the review, just want to say there's going to be some stuff down in the description. If you want to know the channel works, all that good stuff is going to be down in the description. Today, we are looking at the album, Lunatic by Kongos, and this is the album cover. Kongos is a South African alternative band who are like now in the United States, and they actually do have a name for themselves. You may not remember the name, but I'm positive that you have heard the song "Come With Me Now." It's, "Oh, come with me now, I'm gonna take you down." You'd recognize if you heard the music. It's a very iconic song. Crazy popular alternative song that had crossover success. The song was used in commercials. The song got airplay on pop radio stations. I mean, this was a absolutely ginormous hit song. I do not know how many views the music video has, but this song was huge. And this is actually, Lunatic is their second album. I thought it was their first album, because their first album went totally under the radar. Like, it wasn't even, like, released in America until, like, later. But the second album, the sophomore album, Lunatic, was very big because of this song. This song was extremely commercially successful and well known. Things that make Kongos stand out. I think one of the biggest things that distinguishes them, besides this hit song, is their use of accordion. You can hear that accordion on this song and a bunch of the other songs on this album. And yeah, they have accordion in their band. They have, you know, they're from South Africa, and so that kind of inspires, I feel like, some of the lyrical content, not really heavily, but I guess some of the music and that weird energy. They have, some of these songs have kind of these dark, almost sinister lyrics, and the way he sings. Specifically on the song, like, "Hey, I Don't Know," even "Come With Me Now," and the song, "Take Me Back." He has this way, even if his singing isn't, on "Take Me Back," his singing is kind of dark and scary sounding, but even when he's not doing that, some of this lyrical content is just kind of something dark and slightly scary about it. It's kind of spooky, some of the lyrical content, if you're really listening. Even on the song "Come With Me Now," which is very upbeat music, there's parts in the lyrics where you're like, what is he talking about? Anyway, this album has 12 full-length songs, and the last song on this album, it's called "This Time I Won't Forget," is over 5 minutes long. So this album does have one pretty long song. Everything else is pretty much normal length. A few of the other songs are almost 5 minutes, but everything else stays under 5 minutes. The only song that's like a long song is "This Time I Won't Forget." Lunatic is a very impressive album. It's a very impressive sophomore album. I thought it was their debut album when I reviewed it, but it's a sophomore album. And it's, I mean, I'm going to go through it track for track and just kind of go over what's good about this album, what's not so good, but it is very impressive. Lunatic opens up with this absolutely insane, bonkers, crazy high energy, crazy loud opener, "I'm Only Joking," with just this killer chorus. "I'm only joking, I didn't mean a thing I said, what are you smoking?" And then he says something else. That's a curse word that I'm not going to say on the channel because there are kids watching. Anyway, this song is a crazy rocker, insane high energy, really communicates their like signature darkness. And I think that's where the title of the album comes from, Lunatic, because this song feels like it's coming from like a crazy person. The lyrics evoke this feeling of insanity. It is a really insane opener to the album. And then "Come With Me Now" is the next song. This is a banger. This song is just, it's like a marching song with that very consistent beat. It's got a really interesting moment where the music like dials back, and it starts instead of being really energetic, it like slows down, and he says these words. It's eerie, but it's really interesting, and it really grabs your attention. And all in all, it's just a really good song. The next song on this album is "I Want to Know," which has just this weird auto-tune thing. It's the worst song on the album because it doesn't sound bad, but there's some very clear auto-tune on this thing, and it sounds like really old, off-key auto-tune. This album was made in like 2014, I think, and it just sounds kind of weird. It doesn't really work the way I think they wanted it to. Escape, this song. When I first started listening to this album, this song specifically grabbed me. There are a lot of ballads on this song, on this album. Escape, Take Me Back is even like a ballad. This Time I Won't Forget and As We are all like ballads. They all are like, they're big and they're dramatic, but Kongos does their ballads differently because this song opens up with like electronic music, and then the music changes, and then it changes again, both in tone and speed and the actual instrumentation. And it's like, they don't just give you like a plain and simple ballad. Oh, the other ballad is Traveling On. But it's just really dynamic, interesting song, and the conviction in the guys singing just really makes this song work. It really feels genuine when he says, "Come with me and we'll escape." And it just feels like, I don't know, man. It's a really good song. Kidz These Days is where he kind of like he pretends to be like this mature, even though the main singer's like, I'm pretty sure he's like pretty young. He takes on this guy's like an old guy, and he's like, "Kids these days, they don't know respect." And he just it's kind of a fun song where he's just kind of like commenting on our culture and everything. And that's really not what makes it a good song. What makes it a good song is this really excellent music, these drums, these guitars, this chorus. It's all really good. Next song is As We Are. This is a ballad. This is the least successful ballad on the album. It's the slowest and it's the least interesting. It's still kind of effective because the lyrics and the vocals, his vocals just have so much conviction in them. He really sells every single song he sings with his voice, except for the one with auto-tune, and the part on Kids These Days doesn't really work super well, but still, I really like that song because of the music and the chorus. Anyway, this is the least good ballad on the album, but still not a bad song. The next song on this thing is Sex on the Radio. This song has one of the best choruses on the entire album. The verse, you're like, I don't know about this. It's kind of weird, it's kind of oddball, it's kind of funky, but then you get into that chorus and you just want to scream and sing along because it's so good. It's so good. Next song on here is Hey, I Don't Know, which is one of those dark, sinister songs. It just has this element of darkness, and it's just really, really interesting. You hear the song, and it immediately grabs you. You're like, it sucks you in because it's different, it's original, and it works really, really well. The next song, Traveling On, has to be, like, if not the best song on the album, definitely one of the best songs. This is a really effective ballad. His singing is really good. The lyrics are really good. The music is really good. It's super stripped back. It's basically just a guitar song, and it's like acoustic guitar song, and it just gets you. This song is really, really good. Take Me Back, once again, has kind of that sinister kind of vibe, especially the most clear on the whole album coming through on the verse on this thing. But the chorus is like a ballad, and it works very well. The song sounds really good. Once more, that like sinisterness in their lyrics, that kind of darkness, just really makes this album stand out. It makes these songs stand out. Makes Kongos a name worth remembering. And then you have songs like It's a Good Life, which is one of the best songs on the album. Seriously, this song, it's a very easygoing song. It is a easygoing, fun, feel-good song. And it's just very casual in its pace. It's very laid back, and it's just amazing. It just works so. This song sounds so good. It works so well. It makes you feel good. It's a Good Life is a great song. The last song on this album is This Time I Won't Forget, which is a really good ballad. Not much else to say besides that. It's really good. It's a ballad. It works very well. Yeah. All in all, Lunatic has really great instrumentation throughout. Not all of these songs are great the entire time, but every single song on this album pays off in one way or the other. There are two less good songs on this thing, like I already said. I Want to Know and As We Are not amazing, but they're still not bad. Even the low points on this album really aren't very low. They're songs that are still worth listening to, I would say. They're still not bad. One of the best things about this album is just the vocals from the lead singer. Like I said, he sells every single song with his voice. Just sounds like he really cares about what he's singing about, and his vocals. There's a lyric on this album on Kids These Days. He says, "He said it with such conviction, whether truth or fiction, and it went round and round." Like, it didn't matter what this person was saying, is what he says in the song. he said it with such conviction. He acted like he meant it, that the words, even if you did not even know what the words are, you felt it. You were like, it was worth listening to. It went round and round. And that's how I feel. He's not talking about himself on that song, but that's how I feel about this album. Just really great vocals, really great music, a lot of original, interesting stuff on this album, some really good lyrics, some really, really great ballads. I am honestly loving this album. I'm going to give it 4.5 stars out of 5. Thank you for watching the video. What do you think about Kongos? Seriously, this band is really swept under the rug. They had one really popular song, and they had a popular song in their next album I'm reviewing, Egomaniac, their third album. That album had one song that actually got a lot of radio play when it came out on alternative radio. But then it kind of went under the rug after that, and they didn't. And then since then they've released another short album, and right now they're making another short album, and no one has been talking about them. They totally went under the rug. Like, nobody's listening to them at all after Egomaniac. And even that album really didn't get much popularity or success at all besides one song. Thank you for watching the video.